What's up, people? It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and I got this in the mail yesterday, and it brought up an idea that I kind of wanted to talk about, and that is crowdfunding campaigns and crowdfunding websites and Kickstarter and Indiegogo and what the heck is all of that, because people seem to be a little bit confused, so let's get into it. Now, you may have heard of some of these websites. There's ones like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, GoFundMe is kind of another one that's in the similar kind of vein. This is crowdfunding. And if you just take a look a little bit at the name, you'll kind of know what's going on there. Essentially, the idea is that the crowd, being the internet, is going to fund whatever that project happens to be. A musical artist putting out an album and they need to get the funds to record, a movie being made and they need to get the funds to hire actors and crew and all the kind of things that go along with that. A new tech project where you want to make some kind of a product and you need the funds to get manufacturing done or go through with the whole process of designing. Or it could even be like a board game. I mean, there have been a bunch of like board games or card games that have been invented and then totally started by crowdfunding. Now, sometimes this kind of gets used just as a pre-order. So some of these companies or individuals already pretty much have things all sorted out. Let's say you're a musical artist and you want to make an album. You've already got it all recorded. It's, let's say, being mixed right now. You've pretty much paid for the whole process, but you just want to use a crowdfunding campaign as a way to allow people to pre-order your record. Start a crowdfunding campaign, say, I've made this record. This is your opportunity to get in on the ground floor. Usually what people will do is make the early adopters price a little bit less. So let's say your CD is going to normally cost $15. You can give it to them for $12 if they pay before it actually comes out. You can get $12 from a bunch of people, start to cover the cost that you've already incurred for recording, and then when you have all the CDs in your hand, you have a list of people that you can send them out to that have already paid for them. Now, this is just a really simple example of what these crowdfunding campaigns can do. More often than not, they are funding something that hasn't been done yet. So for example, a couple of weeks ago, I did a review on my Crazy Baby True Wireless earbuds, and I had some good things to say and some bad things to say, but I think a lot of people were really disappointed because they were expecting something that the company didn't necessarily deliver on. Now, this is where I think the problem comes with crowdfunding campaigns and where people are getting confused about it. I've purchased a handful of things on crowdfunding campaigns to varying degrees of success. Some of them were great, some of them took a really long time to get here but worked once they got here. Some of them just really don't work at all. For example, I had these things called the zip seam. It was essentially supposed to be a way to tailor your shirt without having to sew, and I just found that they didn't work for me. Apparently they worked for some people, but it just wasn't working for me. So they sit in a drawer somewhere. And that is kind of the chance you take with crowdfunding campaigns, especially if you're working with a company or an individual who doesn't have previous products. They're just some kind of a startup, which is a case for a lot of crowdfunding campaigns. People purchase things on there thinking that they're just online shopping. They think that they're just buying something like they would buy from Amazon or Best Buy online, but that's not really the case. In most cases, you're funding something that hasn't actually been developed yet. It's a great platform for people who maybe couldn't afford to get a great idea up off the ground. They can pitch that idea not to a company who will then buy it and market it themselves, but pitch it to the people. Pitch it to the people who are going to be buying it. Pitch it to the people who might actually enjoy the product. And then you get to kind of keep the idea for yourself instead of having to sell it out to a big company that'll take all the profits from you and that kind of thing. Now, the problem with this is that a lot of these companies or individuals are very new to this. Some of them, it's going to be their first attempt at making some kind of a product, and they don't know exactly how the process goes, or they don't know how much it's going to cost in total. They try and make some kind of an estimate, but they might not know exactly what it takes, and when they get the money, or if they don't get the money, they kind of don't know what to do, and sometimes it takes longer, sometimes they don't deliver at all, or sometimes if they're making a product, it might be a subpar product. And this was the problem with the Crazy Baby wireless earbuds, is that a lot of people are upset about how they function. Issues that you wouldn't put up with from a Samsung or an Apple, any of those kind of big earbud manufacturers, that's kind of the chance you take with these kind of newer startup companies and with crowdfunding campaigns. So if you're ever thinking about backing a Kickstarter campaign or an Indiegogo campaign or on any kind of crowdfunding platform, just make sure you understand what you're getting into. You are helping a company or an individual make a product. You're not buying something that's already been produced, tested, tried out, manufactured. Most of the time, you are prepaying for something that has not been developed yet. There's so much backlash about this crazy baby thing, and I'll admit that the company hasn't been super receptive to a lot of the problems and things that are happening, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that that's an example of a company who didn't handle the crowdfunding platform well. On the other hand, there are companies or individuals that handle the crowdfunding platform really well. You can also check out the person or the company ahead of time and see if they have previous products. Do they have experience making these kinds of things? But anyway, the reason that I wanted to talk about this is because I just got something from a Kickstarter campaign that I ordered only a month ago. I have never gotten something so quickly from a Kickstarter campaign. Now, this is a company that has other products out there. They've done these campaigns before. Their products get sold in stores. They're like a well-established company now. They're good at making these products. So I wasn't in the least bit worried that I wasn't gonna get a product or that it won't work or anything like that. I was pretty convinced that I was gonna get a great product and that I would get it on time. So mostly, before I show you what it is that I got, I wanted to tell you how impressed I was by the quickness and the professionalism that they showed in doing this Kickstarter campaign. So let's go to work and I'll show you what I got. Hey buddy, you ready to go to work? Yeah. You wanna come to work today? No, you can't come to work.
Yo, Big Shack, the one and only. Man's not hot, never hot. Scratch, skitty caca, boom. 2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3. Quick maths.
Okay, work's done. Let's get into this. So here's the moment that we've all been waiting for. I don't carry a knife, so use a key. So these are from a company called Peak Design, and they make camera accessories. This is called the Capture Clip, and essentially it's a clip that you put onto your backpack, and then you put the bottom part onto your camera and you can attach it straight onto your backpack strap. So that's why I brought my backpack out here. Oh, you can see it right in there. Look at that. You can also attach it to your belt if you want. Excited about that. And this is called the Slide, and this is just a camera strap. It can be a neck strap or a shoulder strap, however you want to do it, but it's got some cool features. These are version 2 of both of these products. So they launched another Kickstarter that had the first version of these. That's how the whole company got started, and they've launched everything on Kickstarter since. Cool. Open it up, we got a nice little pouch here, little Allen key tool, a sticker. These are bolts, so you can actually have the clip attachment permanently fixed onto your backpack if you want, or you can use the other way, you can like unattach it by hand. Now we need a camera. So once you get it attached to your strap or your backpack or whatever it happens to be, it snaps in just like that. Now I can walk around, it's super secure. There's a little button on the side here that you can press to release it, and you can actually, once it's in there, if you twist that button, it becomes locked, so it'll stay in there. So if you want to secure it a little bit, just throw this on, lock that button. Even if I'm pressing it, camera's going nowhere. Woo, that's exciting. Let's just put that there for now. And let's get out the slide light. All right, so we got another little baggie, another sticker. This is what you attach to your camera that then goes into the strap, which makes it a quick release strap, which is super awesome. Something I'm super looking forward to. Super. Comes with a little tripod mount doohickey so that you can have one of these attached from the tripod mount rather than having two attached from the sides. All right, there's like a grippy kind of texture on it so that when it's slung over your shoulder, it can stay where it is. The whole system makes it super easy to change the length of it. Came with 4 of the little button guys, so I can actually put these on both my cameras, and then I can attach whichever camera I want to the strap at the time. Okay, quick side note. Huge selling point for Sony users. If you're a Sony user, you'll know that they come with these stupid little key ring looking things, and if you shoot video, those make a whole bunch of noise all the time. The Peak Design little button nub things, the strap actually fits through the fitting on the camera, so it doesn't have to rattle. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for that. There we go. Super easy. Anyway, this wasn't supposed to turn into a full unboxing, and it did anyway, because that's what happens when I'm excited about gear. The moral of the story is crowdfunding can be such an amazing thing. It's a really cool idea to give people a chance to make products that they might not be able to make otherwise, but understand what you're getting into if you're going to be buying into a crowdfunding campaign. So just be careful, have fun. It's really cool. It feels really cool to be part of something. It feels really cool when you finally get it. It feels really cool to be able to reach out to that person or that company and be like, hey, congratulations, your product's awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's really neat. It's a cool feeling if you ever get the chance, but please just do your research. Make sure you know what you're getting into. That's all I'm saying. And let me know in the comments below. Tell me, have you ever backed a Kickstarter, an Indiegogo campaign, some kind of crowdfunding campaign, and what were your experiences like? I'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.
Very same sensation.